my name is Jess and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my March makes to share with you. I am so pleased with my makes in March. I only have 3 things, but they are 3 things that I'm really proud of my sewing with, and I know that I'll get so much wear out of them throughout the year. So yeah, I kind of really love that it's kind of quality over quantity. So there are quite a few things I didn't get to, just excuse Bailey. But yeah, I'll talk about that throughout the video anyway. I'm at my sister's house. You'll see over the next couple of months I'll have numerous different backgrounds for my videos. We're just about to start an extension, so I'm not going to be at home filming these most of the time, so I'll either be here or at my mum's. So yeah, that's why there's different backgrounds, and that's why Bailey's not in here with me, so you might hear her in the background, so I just apologise in advance. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Sew My Style pattern for March, which was the Kalle Shirt Dress from Closet Case Files. This, oh my gosh, I love this make, and it has been so popular with everyone who's made it this month. They've all been really proud, and it's pushed people out of their comfort zones, which I really love. It's kind of the nicest thing about this challenge is when you hear people say, I would never have usually made this because it's not my style, or I wouldn't have made this because it's out of my comfort zone, but I really enjoyed the challenge, or I really love this garment now. So it's really nice to be able to introduce people to these new patterns and have people push themselves to either go out of their comfort zone with their style or go out of their comfort zone in terms of experience, because I think that's how you learn, and that's how, you know, you grow as a sewer, by taking on those slightly harder makes. So I decided to make my Kalle out of this absolutely gorgeous like a tartan kind of plaid. I don't remember where I got this from, but it was definitely either given to me or from an op shop or something, so it was really cheap, but it's such amazing quality, and this is going to be perfect for winter. So I'll insert some clips here so you can see it on me properly. I decided to go with the actual dress. I was at one point tossing up whether I'd do the tunic, but I know I'll get a lot more wear out of the dress. I didn't have a lot of this fabric, so I think there was just over 1 meter. So I did manage to get everything I need out of this. However, there are a few things that I couldn't do. So I really actually did want long sleeves, but I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get them out of that fabric. And I would have preferred to have done the actual collar, but I didn't have enough fabric for that either. So I had to do the banded collar, which is still cute, but I just prefer the look of the actual collar. So in terms of sewing, I actually sewed this up yesterday, and it was really easy to sew. I have made some shirts before, so some of the techniques were not foreign to me. The only thing that was very different was the burrito method, and I absolutely love that method. The instructions on how to do it, and even the sew along instructions, are not 100% clear on how you do it, but now that I've done it once, I understand how it will work next time. But yeah, I really love the way that finishes off all of the yoke and everything. And yeah, I love the finishes on this dress. It's really beautiful. They've thought about the insides really well. So this fabric is quite frayy, but luckily there are no real raw edges. I ended up going home, I was sewing it at my mum's, and I went home and used my overlocker just to overlock some of the inside edges. One of the things I really love about this dress is the hem. That wasn't quite as scary as I thought to hem, actually. I just went really slow, so it took me a little while because there is a lot of it, but I'm glad that I did that because it turned out really beautifully. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I did my button placements by hand, so they all match up this time. I'm so pleased with them. You guys might know that I have a little bit of trouble with those in the past. But yeah, I'm just so happy with this make overall. I really want to do the cropped version of this because so many people have done that for Sew My Style, and it looks so cute. So I'm going to have a look through my stash and see if there's anything that would work for that as well. So make sure you guys head on over to Instagram and check out the hashtag SewMyStyle2018 to see everyone's makes from this month. They are so beautiful, and I'm so pleased that everyone enjoyed making them. My next make for the month is the Lois dress from Tessuti Fabrics. This one has been so popular on Instagram, so I thank you guys so much for the love on this dress. I really love it, and I'm so glad that I decided to make it this month. So I actually purchased this pattern way back in September last year when it came out, I think, but I just haven't had a chance to sew it until now. And so we went to the races at the beginning of March, and I knew that I wanted a cute little dress to wear to that, so I thought this would be perfect. I was originally going to make it, I said this in my plans video, out of that really beautiful lavender fabric. However, I was sent this gorgeous floral from Faye Jepson Studios, and I just fell in love with it straight away, and I knew that it would make a gorgeous Lois dress. So I'm really glad that I had this fabric. I didn't have very much of it, it was just over 1 meter, I think. But I took off, I think it was about 8 inches off of the length anyway. I'm quite short, so I don't mind them being a bit shorter on me, but also that's the only way I would fit all of the pattern pieces on there. It was a struggle, but I did get them all on, thank goodness. So overall construction of this dress was really quite easy. The only hard bit for me, which I unpicked a couple of times, was the lining up of the V, and I have over on my blog a little tip as to how I managed to get mine to line up in the end, and I think it's a lot easier than the method they suggest in the instructions. It is essentially just tacking this bit together before you do it, as opposed to the method that they say. So make sure you head on over to the blog and have a look at that, because yeah, it explains it in a little bit more detail. But yeah, overall I'm so happy with this make. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'll definitely be making this one again. I think I want to try and make it out of a slightly drapier fabric this time. This is more like a cotton, not like a stiff quilting cotton, but yeah, it's not a drapey cotton. Just to, yeah, I think it would look really gorgeous in winter in like a mustard or like a maroony kind of colour, paired over tights and everything. So I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that fabric so I can make another one of these. The other really interesting technique on this is the way that the zip is installed into the side dart. So on this dress you can't really tell, and I did speak about this in my blog post, but the side seams are actually not side seams, they're at the back of the dress, and then on the side you have darts. And that is what the zip is installed into. I wasn't entirely sure how that was going to work, but actually it's really clever, and I love the way that it looks and how it's a lot more hidden on the side. You only need it a little bit to get in and out of. It's not a huge deal, but yeah, I really love the way that looks on there. I cut the smaller size, but as with all Tessuti patterns, they do run quite big. I didn't find it was a problem with my Bondi dress, but 9 times out of 10 with Tessuti, they are a little bit big for me. So next time I would like to take a little bit in on the side, just because I feel like I'm always adjusting this. I think because of the low neck, that's a lot more noticeable, just because I don't want any of my boobs to be showing or anything. So yeah, I think I will shave off a couple of centimetres off of each side next time, just to make it sit a little bit nicer and not so big on the top. I know a few people have had issues with the bodice being a little bit too big, and like I said, it probably wouldn't matter as much if you didn't have the dramatic V, but I feel like that, yeah, means that you are adjusting it a bit more, and it does make it a bit more noticeable when the top is too big. But yeah, like I said, I'll definitely be making more of these this month. I absolutely love this dress, and I feel like this fabric was a perfect choice. They just go so well together, and yeah, it was so popular on Instagram, and I'm so happy. Okay, so my last make for March was the truffle coat from Lara Sana. I was asked by Lara to participate in a blog tour for the truffle coat, and I'm really glad that she wanted to include me in this, because I absolutely love this make. So it's a raincoat or normal coat. It looks really beautiful out of the raincoat fabrics actually, but I don't really have a need for a raincoat. And there are so many different variations to it depending on your skill level and also what you'd like. and I'll definitely be adding more of these into my wardrobe because it was actually quite an easy construction. This is my first coat, so I haven't made anything like this before, and it was a perfect beginner's coat. I think you do need some sewing knowledge, but I think as an introduction to coats, this is the perfect coat for that. So I finally got to use this gorgeous sateen that I was going to use for my Romana, but I didn't have enough. I did have to do a bit of manipulation with the pattern pieces to make it all fit, but I absolutely love the end result. There were a few things I couldn't do because I didn't have enough fabric, so that was the button placard on the front here, and also the hood. I really would have loved to have done the hood, but I just didn't have enough fabric. But this collar is really cute anyway, so I'm not too fussed. So I decided to line the inside with this gorgeous fluffy fabric. I actually had purchased this, I can't remember what project it was for, but it was for something completely different. And I saw it sitting in my stash and I thought that would look really cute, A, and B, it would keep me so warm during winter. So I lined just the bodice pieces in that, and then the inside the arms is just a slippery fabric to make it easier to get them in and out of. I've learned a few new things with this. One was installing an open-ended zip, which I've never done before. So easy, like the easiest of zips to install. And the other one was bagging out the lining. I've never done bagging out of lining before, but it looks really good and I'm so pleased with how it turned out. In terms of the sewing instructions, Lara Sana is a Spanish company and I had pattern tested for them before and found their instructions to sometimes be a little bit long-winded when they're trying to explain something or slightly confusing. So I went into it knowing that about their instructions. They were not too bad. They were pretty good this time. They do also have a sew along on their blog, but unfortunately it's all in Spanish. So that's okay because you can Google Translate, but the videos themselves are in Spanish. However, they are actually quite a good tool to use alongside the instructions. So you will need your instructions there to understand what they're talking about, but to actually see it, especially I'm quite visual, so being able to see them do something was really, really helpful. You can hear Bailey hit the door. Yeah, so in terms of the instructions, they were quite good, but yeah, they just keep in mind they are a Spanish sewing company and the sew along unfortunately is in Spanish, so it's a little bit hard to work out what's going on, but with the video, as long as you're using it with the instructions, it's all good. So yeah, I didn't really have any issues with this. I didn't really have to unpick anything, I don't think. But yeah, I absolutely love the way this turned out. I know I'll get so much wear out of this during winter. So the things I didn't get to this month, I didn't even start my Romana, just not even on my radar at all. And I didn't finish my Clemency skirts, which I'm a bit bummed about because I really want to wear them, but they're going to go on to next month's video, so hopefully I will get them done then. I think that was all that I had. Oh, and also I didn't get to the wrap circle skirt, but that was kind of one of those projects where I knew I wasn't going to get to it. It was more like a dream to kind of get there, so I'll have to put that one off for another month as well. So that's all I have for you this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll be back next week with a bit of a different video. It's a review video, so I can't wait to share that with you. And I do have some exciting videos planned for April. There are 5 weeks in April, 5 Sundays in April, so that's going to make it a lot easier to fit in all of the videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Bye!